Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I Am Gaming podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, podcast in Serbian, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge, enormous thanks goes to my patron supporters who really and truly continue to make this podcast possible. Without your regular generous monthly donations, I would not be able to continue doing what I love doing. So a big thanks goes to all of you, because with you I can continue, and that is an amazing opportunity. Please, everyone else, check out my Patreon supporters in the description, and of course check out their links if you'd like. Please continue to support them as well if you're supporting them already, and consider subscribing to my podcast and its Patreon page on Patreon itself. Now, this episode is all about, once again, a Serbian-based podcast called U Labu. It's an amazing podcast about science, created and run by scientists that are based here in Serbia. But this time around, I want to talk about an episode where I had the opportunity and chance to be a guest visitor and guest speaker at the same podcast episode. It's called Psychology and Video Games. It's a 38th edition of the same podcast. I'll leave the link to the same episode in the description below. Of course, the whole podcast is in Serbian, so if you don't use Serbian language, it's not going to make a lot of sense, but it made so much sense for me to go and do a guest appearance there. I had a great time, and I really had loads of fun. The episode turned out great. Hopefully viewers will find that true as well. And of course, I would love to hear what you think about the podcast episode if you get a chance to watch it. Again, the link to the same episode is right there in the description below. And hopefully, if you do learn or use Serbian, please consider subscribing to U Labu podcast on YouTube as well, because hey, it's going to be an awesome project. It's already an awesome project, but I'm certain that it's going to continue growing and expanding, and it would be amazing to have you as well as a subscriber over there. So consider that, and consider watching this episode if again you use Serbian. I would love once more to hear what you think. We talked about psychology, we talked about addictions to screens when it comes to children and child development. We talked about pop culture, we talked about media and the evolution of gaming, more precisely game development and gamification. All of those topics are something I really love and enjoy. I had the chance to discuss all of them with the two co-hosts, the Miloš and Srđan from U Labu podcast, which was a blast. So once again, a big thanks to the U Labu podcast crew for having me around. I had a blast, and please, everyone else, consider subscribing there and checking out other episodes. Again, if you use Serbian or one of the languages from former Yugoslavia, you'll understand it nonetheless. That's all for this episode. It's a short one. I just wanted to kind of funnel people or send them towards the U Labu podcast. Check out the episode where I'm at. Check out other episodes. They're all amazing. So once again, thanks to everyone for being here. Thanks to my Patreon supporter and other Patreon supporters. Please consider subscribing if you didn't already. And I'll see you. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to talk to you on my new episode in precisely 7 days from now. That's it for me. Thanks again for being here. Have a great week, and see you in 7 days. Bye bye.